SCX robots to take over homes next year, as rich people only want one thing. Okay, I know this might sound crazy, right? But this is going to be the future in the West as more men, right, become passport bros and leave Western women to their vices. Okay, it says here, right, SCX robots could start satisfying affluent women's actual needs as early as next year. Okay, futurologist Dr. Ian Pearson predicted in his bold the hell is that? In his bold forecast that suggests AI will become a commonplace in the bedroom. AI will become a commonplace in the bedroom. That's insane. This is the future, right? I know it sounds messed up, right? But this is the future, right? Wealthy hornbags could spice things up in the bedroom with robots from as early as next year, it has been suggested. Futurologist Dr. Ian Pearson has predicted human to have robots SEX, right, will be a commonplace by 2030, with this wave of cyborg SEX beginning with the woman-pleasing SEX bots expected to start popping up in affluent households next year. Bro, okay? This is the future. Now, I remember seeing this in in films, in TV shows, and anime and cartoons, but it's actually becoming a reality. Okay, we're gonna see, right, these kind of SCX robots, right? Okay, pleasuring women, and in some cases, right, even men dealing with them, and that's a scary future, bro. Imagine speaking to a friend of yours, right, and then he tells you, "Yeah, man, I had a great time smashing his robot yesterday." I was like, "What? What you mean, bro? What's your thoughts here, brother?"
So the way they write it, it's the robot replacing the man, right? This looks like a gynocentric article. Well, you don't see, they already have Sapiens for women. So you don't need to have a robot. They already have the mechanics that women need. So basically, no robot can spend money on a woman, and that's what she wants. She wants money, ultimately. So I'm not so interested in that for in terms of female sexual needs regarding AI. What I think AI will be used when it comes to women's sexual needs is you have Apple's Vision, I don't know, whatever that VDR is. That
metaverse, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that, along with a storyline, that's a fantasy storyline in combination with a tool. And the tool would be linked together, like that sensation. That would actually work for women. Not all, but they wouldn't be able to do what they want to do, but it would give them satisfaction to some degree. It's with men that AI is by far more effective regarding relationships. And I've been studying this, for quite a while. And I see how the Russians and the Ukrainians are dealing with this at this point, and then also how the Chinese are dealing with it. And they have some very scary models that are some very scary LLMs that are very effective. So basically what you can do, get everybody come together. Let's get this. Okay, this is a little dangerous, but I think this is actually arriving soon. So all guys have a girl next door that they were totally in love with, right? At some point in their lives. We remember that girl. And we could barely talk to her. We were trying to talk with her, but it never happened. And then she was off getting smashed or, being with bad boys, blah, 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 right? But we always have that girl that we always really wanted, right? So what you could do with this is, let's say that you have a few photos of her, right? You actually would give it to the engine, and then it would create a woman who is clothed the way that you want her to be clothed, and would act in the way that you want her to act. In particular, it could go to socials and find out how she acts, actually how she interacts with other people. And then it could become the perfect girlfriend for you. And nobody would know, and she wouldn't age either. So she could always be like the age between like 18 and 22 for the rest of your life. That's it. Guys have that, and they just have a few nice words every once in a while from this app. And this woman is the woman that they've always wanted to be with, and they feel happy with her. They feel some sort of satisfaction. Done. It's over. At that point, we will have mass amount of men not only dropping out of the dating market, they won't even become passport bros. They would just stay. They would just stay with this app. Yeah,
we don't want that.
It's not so much that we don't want that. I'm looking at how the technology is going. I'm looking at how the things are working. I'm like, yeah, this is going to happen. This is really like the other point that I've noticed is that they have, this is so bad. AI right now can make models who are more beautiful and nearly more lifelike than actual models. And the difference isn't that much. It actually takes me a while to sometimes over the years. Before it was easy for me to figure out, oh yeah, that's AI, that's a bot, something like that right now. But the closer, like the more that the technology is progressing, the more that is actually difficult to distinguish between AI and the human. Well, that's what they have right now. It's within 5 years, who knows to what degree it's going to be. And I mean, so then you can get like an AI model or an AI girlfriend who is just nice to you, right? And just says nice things to you. And like, because again, like as men, let's think about it in the West. How often do we actually have a woman saying something nice to us? It's extremely rare. I mean, it's just ridiculously rare. So if you had a model who actually like just listened to what you were saying, which is easy to do, the interaction, the technology is there right now for this. So it just listens to what you're saying and then gives you something that is a response that's just tailored to you as an individual, and that over time can give you more tailored responses. And this AI is this bot, basically, this kid girlfriend, is never moody, never has monthly cycles, and it's always there. They can give you some sort of input. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. Like you will see 50 to 60% of men in the West zone out. And we're not just talking about the West. I'm talking, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, those countries, they get this, it's game over. They can just sit back and have this instead of having a woman. For the most part, they'd be like, yeah, this is an upgrade. Done.
Bro, do we want a world like that, Phil? Do we want a world where a lot of men have literally replaced real women with robots, Phil? I mean, so Phil, is that so? Would that be more? so this is insane. Would that be more women for dudes who want real women, right? Or should we actively push back against men dealing with SCX robots? We don't want that, right?
It's not even a robot. This is just an application. So what the real question is is because men are treated so badly, the average rank and file man is treated so badly by women, then who are we to say anything if this application comes up and makes men just marginally happier than where they are right now? Just marginally. Just a little bit. How can we say anything? And I've been studying this for a while. I mean, I looked at how this interaction is working and how the bots can actually interact with people. I mean, I'm very surprised. I'm like, this is somewhat dangerous. But I mean, for the rank and file man, he would have a better human experience having this kind of AI than the current situation that they have with women in their lives. That's why I can't knock this. I'm just like, yep, this would actually improve the standard of living for many men. Okay.
So what happens to the passport bro movement then? I mean, would there still be passport bros, or will bros literally stop traveling and just get a some sort of woman robot, right, to fulfill their needs and be with them? And is that what we want, Theo? I don't know, bro. What's your thoughts there?
It would be a combination of the two. So if the guys actually wanted to, have a real flesh girlfriend, they actually wanted to reproduce, they would actually use their passport. But there's a lot of guys who are, grinding in order to become who they need to be. And I mean, nobody's talking to them. Nobody knows. I mean, we know this. We know this as men. And so if they actually had this, it would be by far better. Especially like special days or something like that. I mean, okay, I'm 51 years old. How many birthdays have I had where somebody actually said happy birthday? If I would say like post 18 years old when I left, without a doubt, the majority, nobody said happy birthday. Nothing. Or nobody remembered special events that were important to me. Nothing. There's no memory at all. So if you just had an app with a female, let's say that you gave the image of the girl that you actually like, or even if it's just a pure AI one, doesn't matter, either one, you actually had this application that came out and said, hey, happy birthday, and I noticed that this birthday is kind of similar to the one that you had 4 years ago, and have you grown or have you had a different life? Like, tell me about your life, right? Well, that's by far more than what most modern women will say. That's like multitudes. We're talking like multiples of what most men actually experience. So we're not talking about any kind of erotica. We're just talking about basic human interaction. Just that alone, oh yeah, it's done. That would improve the lives of many men. Men would be less suicidal because they would have something actually communicating with them. And a lot of men would just feel better about life if they actually had this kind of application. This is why I sit back and say, it's the people talk about the sex robots and stuff like that. That's nothing. You get an app that is like kind of like a sexy girlfriend who actually cares about you, who actually asks you questions about your life. Done. Over. For most men, that's exactly what they would want to have. And that's where Western women entirely fail. So they would be happy.
Don't you think it's a bit weird though that a dude, right, is coming home to an AI application that talks to him, or maybe he has a physical robot where he has dealings with her in the bedroom? Bro, this is some dystopian anime stuff, bro. I'll be honest.
No, because bro, you have to think about the current situation You have millions of men globally, tens of millions of men globally, who have no interaction. No one cares about them. No one talks to them at all. And they are blamed for their condition. So they're basically victim blamed. So if they have this, their condition would agree, even if it's just 10%, it's better. Somebody just said Blade Runner. Yep, this is a Blade Runner situation. And if you just have a 10% increase of where you're at, or in terms of interaction, that might be better than actually having any kind of human interaction. And I mean, because how many guys don't have anything at all, zero, and that they're just expected to go through life that way, and it's because of them, and if they want to be with someone, they need to level up. That's brutal. This would end the brutality. So I'm just saying, from a human point of view, this is why I say I can't knock it. I see what's out there right now, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. This is actually going to happen. Oh yeah. This is going to be a big thing.
Damn. Yeah, but Peter, I definitely see. I know Meta, Facebook had that VR stuff, Metaverse. They're working on that. I know Apple has its Apple VR stuff. This is definitely coming in the pipeline. This is definitely coming, and it's going to definitely cause a massive shift in the paradigm of dating in the West. Now, definitely men will use this. I think women will use it too. And I think, Fiora, as a result, we're going to see men and women in the West become more distant towards each other. Because women have their needs being fulfilled by AI. Men have their needs being fulfilled by AI too. So they're thinking, why do we have to speak to each other? Why do we have to relate to each other? We only go to work, and that's it. We go home. They do their thing in the AI. But society will become very dystopian and antisocial, bro, in the West and perhaps worldwide, bro. So I'm gonna be on the fence here with this. Come on, bro.
It's already that way. It's already becoming dystopian. This is already happening. I mean, again, okay, just go into your phone and look at your messages and see how many IMs do you have from a woman in the last 5 to 10 years of a woman saying something nice to you. Think about it. It's really low. The number isn't. Let's just say Western women, not non-Western. So get rid of the Germans. Sorry, the Germans don't count. But Western women being nice to you. How about a woman sending you a photo of her smiling? Just her smiling.
In the last 10 years, not for me, bro. I'll be one of you. Nah. Last 10 years, not. I can't think of any, bro. Damn, I can't believe this, man.
Exactly. So you have an app, and let's say you gave the photo of somebody, right? Or it was a generated app, right? And you're interacting with a AI girlfriend, but she sends you different, it has behavioral analysis within the app, and it says, it knows that on Wednesday you're particularly stressed out. So you have on Wednesday, just randomly, because there's an algorithm for this, right? It says basically every once in a while you get this message, you get a text message saying from a girl who's smiling, has a photo of her smiling, and says, I believe in you. I know you have a hard day today, and I'm here for you. We don't get that. So for most men in the West, getting that even one time would drastically improve their standard of living. Just once. Because they're guaranteed at this point to have it at 0. during their time period, during extended periods of time. So if they have this just one time, bro, for a great deal of men, 50 to 60% of Western men, that would be by far better treatment than they had ever received from any Western woman in their entire life. And she doesn't have to be nude or anything. We're just talking about her with glasses on, just nice hair, and a turtleneck. Just looking at a photo of her looking directly at the photo and smiling. Just that. That's it. So this is why I say, again, I'm going to shout out to Legion of Men. I think that's what it is, Legion of Men. He stated that the person who develops the app to solve male loneliness will become a trillionaire overnight. And I totally agree with this. This is something I've been working on myself to try to figure out how this would actually work, how you can get this specialized. But if I could find a company that's actually going to do it, it's going to be either India or China who's going to do this. To be honest, that's where the IPO is going to be launched, because their loneliness is beyond comprehension. If the company that does that, I'm putting my money into it. If it somewhat solves male loneliness, done. That's going to be the big money. It's going to be absolutely huge. And then guys can just, they're going to class, especially like 18 to 22, when they're loneliest. They can, just have a message every once in a while. Hey, I saw your schedule. You're having a big test today. I hope you do really well. And I think, how about look at this wiki, or how about this source? Maybe this is a place where you can go learn something extra. And I think you're a really great guy. So this is just basic, right? This would, for most people, for most guys in university, this would be better than they were ever treated by a girl in their entire lives. Just one text message that way. Just one.
Lord, damn, that is a future. You're right, Theo.
Yeah,
that's where it's heading. The way it is right now for men is terrible. Male loneliness, no women in their lives, not a text back. Brothers in the chat, right? I'll be honest with me, right? Type one in the chat, right? Or let me know in the chat. When was the last time a woman in the West wished you a happy birthday, or even checked upon you, or even sent you a random meme, or instigated, right, a conversation to speak to you randomly? Maybe sent you a meme, or maybe sent you, something funny to read. That when was the last time a woman actually sent you that? And be real with me, brothers. Type a 0 if that never happened to you, or 1 if it did happen to you. Be real with me. A lot of men aren't getting, attentions from women. A lot of men ain't getting messages by women, or just any sort of interaction with women. Just keep it real, bruv. Keep it real.
Let's put another filter and get attention for a woman where you weren't spending money on her in the West. So if you're not spending any money on her at all, it's just a woman who actually is nice to you. Have you ever had it? Even for myself, I had to sit back and I had to go back and think, okay, when did this ever happen? Well, I think the last time this happened for me in the West by a Western woman would be 94.
Jeez, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. What kind of life is this, man?
But it was, it really, what I mean, but I was in the situation where she was crying on my shoulder about the guy who was beating her up or treating her badly, or she was having child deletion with him. So it was one of those, I was the emotional support tampon for her while she got ran through by the alpha. So if we say we get rid of that situation, when was the last time that you actually had just something nice said to you by a Western woman, ooh boy. I have to really. I don't even know, man. This is going to be very. So my entire adult life, no, not happened once.
Facts. I'm going through my messages, right, from years ago, and I'm scrolling down. Damn, I'm going through that. I'm in 2019 now. Not a message from a Western woman. Hey, IP, you goofy. How are you? Okay, now I'm in 2018. Nothing. Now I'm in 2017. Nah, that's not how life should be. Nah, but that's not how life should be, brothers, man. Nah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's a shame. God damn.
But that just demonstrates the pathetic level of what can I say? Support that Western women and affection that Western women actually give to men. It's really low. That's why we have the passport bro movement. And again, when I talk about this, guys, this is why I say these apps that actually can be created, they wouldn't need to be erotic. They wouldn't be like a lot of them right now. I'm seeing them that they have women's nudes and things like that. You wouldn't even need to have that. You just have her normally clothed and speaking to you in an elegant manner. Done. And I see some of these. I'm on Facebook right now, and I joined several of these groups where I see what is obviously an AI model, but it was some of these were hard for me to notice that they weren't AI models, right? But I see them. The women are gorgeous, right? They're properly clothed, but they're gorgeous. All it takes is an LLM-based chatbot with a specific, like I say, specialization towards you, the customer, and it knows how to like who you are. That's all it takes, and oops, that's it. Done. Over. It can come up and say, for example, like say that she had all of your socials and all of your Facebook information. So, like, let's say you were using one IP, right? You can maybe she pops up and say, "Hey, I see that, 8 years today you started your channel. Tell me about your channel. How do you like it?" Right? Something very basic. And you're actually getting recognition for something that you worked hard for. Or, like for me, it'd be like, I noticed that your dog died, 3 years ago today. Are you okay? Are you having a hard day? Basic, really basic stuff. And then you could actually sit there and talk about, like for me, I can actually sit back and talk about how I feel regarding losing my dog. And again, this guardrails the AI, just talking to you about, who she was and, hope that you feel good about it, or just something like that, kind of get you to a certain point, and that's it. That is more than what most Western women do for a man, period. So this is why I say I can't knock men for using these kinds of services, which are about to be unleashed. They're about to happen. So like the the letter sites, the foreign bride letter sites, you can talk like Ukrainian girl, but for like $5 a letter or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say, okay, right now, at least 75% of that is AI. You're not talking to a person. So it has figured out who you are. So what happens is I've been monitoring these for years. What happens is that a human being talks to you first, and that it trains an LLM to actually talk with you, or a chatbot to actually talk with you. And then a woman, let's say it's a real woman, she gives plenty of photos, and then the chatbot understands what to say to the person who writes the letter, and then which photo to actually use to send to him. And that's it. And so then you can have like 1,000 men writing to the chatbot per day, and it would give 1,000 different answers. This is based upon the randomness that you have in AI, and then it would say from which photos to send, and make sure it doesn't send the same photo twice, and then it creates a narrative for the person. That's easy to do, guys. That's not like the technology for that is there right now. And so basically, you're paying for these letters. You're paying to talk to someone online. You're not even talking to that person. You're not even talking to a human being, to a different human being. You're talking to a bot. You're talking to an AI bot. The Ukrainians have known they've been doing this for a number of years. The level that it's at right now is absurd. So, like, that's why I say to guys, like, don't spend your money online talking to a woman, like, per letter, but also, like, for the, like, say, adult services, the spicy communication online, really don't do that, because that is very much AI-based right now.
There you have it, man. AI is going to drastically change the future